I just wanted to do a quick follow-up on my medical medium video. It got a lot of responses. I was really surprised and entertained by it at times. It blows my mind how many people are so completely committed to Anthony William, the medical medium, that they will defend him no matter what. They will give you ad hominem attacks, they'll give you false dichotomies, they'll give you all kinds of just crazy things that have nothing to do with reality. They have nothing to do with actually taking care of yourself and your health. I even had people suggesting that, oh, I'm all about the medical system. No, definitely not. If you've seen any of my videos, you know that that's not the case. But what I see most of all, I think the thing that stands out, two things. First of all, one is that people love their spirits. They love their fallen angels. And the other one is that people seem to think if they want to follow a natural route to take care of their health, to find huge improvements, they have to follow the medical medium. He's the only one giving you that information. But I can tell you what Anthony William is actually doing. He's talking to his fallen angels. Think about what those are. And he's doing his own research. He's looking things up on the internet, just like all of us can. And then he's sharing with you some things that are super helpful for detoxing and that sort of thing, that anybody can find by looking up. You don't need Anthony William for this. If you think you do, please share below something that he has shared with you that you never found anywhere else that was some great answer to your health problem, because I'll bet you there isn't anything that you couldn't already find for yourself if you're willing to do the research. If you're not willing to do the research and you just want to trust someone and follow him, well, he's a fantastic example of a cultish or cult leader who can just get you drawn in emotionally, and you can hang on and defend him to the death. And that's pretty much what I saw in the comments. A few people did understand that this is very serious and we should not be following him. However, most people that commented were just there to defend him. They didn't even want to have conversation. So I find that really sad. I'm not surprised, because I know people love him and they're attached to him emotionally. They just feel like he's the guy who has solved it. And I've seen it happen with other people. People love Dr. Walls, or they love the Embreys or Swank or Jelinek and all these other people, but still not to the degree that they love Anthony William. There is a spiritual factor here that is really kind of terrifying, because that kind of spiritism is so popular in our culture, and people do not know how very dangerous it is to be getting yourself involved in that kind of stuff. You don't have power over them, they have power over you. Do you want to be submitting yourself to that? Is it worth it? When instead you could just look things up online. You could go to your naturopath or integrative medicine doctor, those kinds of things. There are other options out there. You don't need Anthony William, you really don't. So I just wanted to respond a little bit to people who have been commenting. I hope you'll continue to comment, whether it's nice or not. Some people have really said some very mean things, which is fine. I can take it, but it's sad that it has to come to that. And people who didn't even watch the video, so they don't even know why I'm telling you shouldn't be following Anthony William. And that's going to happen. I understand. It's YouTube. That's life. But it's sad. And I hope that some of them at least will come back and watch it and see why. I'm not saying that everything he says is wrong, and I'm certainly not saying we shouldn't follow a natural treatment for ourselves. I really think that diet, lifestyle, those sorts of things are very powerful, because in the Western world, we are so used to depending on everything being processed for us that we have lost a lot of the things that we need as human beings to function, for our bodies to function properly. And so we're developing all sorts of chronic conditions that the rest of the world doesn't necessarily experience very much, because they're eating more natural foods. Now, that varies from country to country, nation to nation. You know, there's going to be problems wherever you go, but there's a whole lot of over-processing happening, and then there's GMO and pesticides and all of these things that are having huge effects on us. There's heavy metals that right now, living in at least somewhat free countries still, we have the option, if we can, to try and cut those things out and to try to take better care of ourselves. So that's the thing that we need to be doing, and we don't need Anthony William. Can I say that again? We don't need him to do this. In fact, you don't even want to have anything to do with him if you really think about it. He's got a very, very dark future in store for him if he doesn't repent of his medium demonic behavior. He needs to get past that, and I certainly pray that he will repent and turn to Christ alone and stop talking to demons. So that's my little follow-up, and I hope it was helpful for you, and look forward to the comments, the good and the bad. God bless.